And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. Tell me if you guys can hear me, tell me if you can hear the music, and let's get this party started. Yes, sirree. I am a bit under the weather. I caught Sean's bug, unfortunately. So, yeah. This is gonna be a pretty chilled out stream. Just a quick heads up. So if you guys have to, well, grab onto some snacks, get a drink. I got myself a Diet Coke next to me. I'm gonna let go of the gin today. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. And also, don't forget to smash that like button. If there's any way that you guys can help the channel, it is by smashing the like. And if you're new in here, and well, this is the first time you're watching a Mango live stream, well, sit back and relax and enjoy. And well, if you do enjoy at the end, don't forget to smash that subscribe button as well. Keep up with the latest Mango juice. Also, there's a poll. I got a poll on top. Don't forget to go ahead and answer the poll right there. The question is, are you buying this Bitcoin dip? Yes or no? Very, very simple. And I just gotta adjust my screen. Okay, guys, with this, I'm gonna try and give you guys my best energy today. And let's go ahead and cue the Mango intro. And what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Mango Grove. Unfortunately, it is just me today. As you can see, I have an empty chair right beside me. Like I said, I am a bit under the weather, so it's gonna be chilled. Very, very chilled. Let's see who we got in here. Who do we have in here? Mock, hello. Christian Molly, how's it going, man? I see you guys were having a conversation. I'm reading it right now. Do you guys think we're bottomed out here? There are signs. So we'll be going over these signs today, of course. Young Buck is in here. How's it going, Young Buck? Tom Tennant is in here as well. How's it going? Freezing Melbourne. That's right. You guys are like in the middle of winter there. It's pretty cool. Quite literally for you. Zan, this girl is okay. Thank you, Zan. Shervin is in here. You finally friggin' made it, man. How's it going? I live in 60 Celsius country. Celsius. We'll be talking about that one today. Who else do we have in here? Sam Wise is in here. How's it going, Sam? Also, guys, Sean is going to be in the chat. Sean is representing the whole Mango Macro and Crypto channel right there. So that is Sean talking to you guys. Sean, will you be giving everyone like a surprise sort of visit? A surprise appearance. Jorgen is in here. How's it going, man? I'm just gonna be like literally speaking out your usernames, so it may be gibberish for all I know, but yeah, may not even make sense. Maybe a coffee. Lupak here. How's it going, Lupak? So are you guys ready to get started? Let's see. My keyboard is telling me that it's about to die. The thing is that Sean, we just got Sean like a brand new setup, and I'm using this brand new setup of his, and so like the wires are just all over the place right now. So I'm just hoping that the keyboard stays with me. Hey, Lindeka, how's it going? Alright, so let's do this. let's get started with the charts, shall we? Can you guys hear the music all right? Give me a thumbs up, because the last time I believe the music was not playing, so I just want to know that you guys can hear the music, and well, yeah. Quite a few of you seem to have liked it last time around. Lupac is like, should I start buying the dip now? People are buying the dip. Lupac, did you answer the poll right now? Are you buying this Bitcoin dip? Yes or no? Because I mean, Sean and I, we've been talking about a couple of bullish signatures that we are looking at, right? What signals are we going to be looking for, and how we intend on actually DCing in this particular range. So these are all the things that I really want to go over today. I still think 18.7K, as you said, is our next destination in a couple of days. I think so. But I'm not going to get too cocky here. I'll say that. I don't want to get too cocky, and I think that... Okay, let's get on over to the charts. I feel like I'll be talking too much without even getting on over to the charts. What I'm going to do is... Let's go ahead and clear this out. Okay. And cue the charts. I don't have Sean with me today, but guys, please give me a round of applause. Krisha, you got that transition right? Alrighty. I'm very curious to see what happens when we break the all-time high. So I have a lot of thoughts today, especially since we are approaching, I feel like we're approaching this juncture of a possible reversal in the market. And do I think it's going to be a V bottom up? No. No, I think what happened in the whole COVID juncture right there, that was not a, that situation was very unexpected, number one, and also what the Fed stepped in with, all of that QE, unprecedented levels of QE, that was something basically out of the ordinary, right? So that's why we got that V bottom up. As soon as the Fed said we're going to start printing, that was our sign to, okay, you know what? Things are going to start changing. This trend is going to start changing, where it's going to be lift off from here. This time around, think of the backdrop right now. So yesterday we had the Fed meeting, right? Which was, I believe they are still hawkish. Hawkish equals bearish, right? They increased rates to 75 basis points. So we have that on the books. So rates have increased. In addition to, tightening is still going on. So all of that QE that they did back when we had COVID, right? This was March, April of 2020. Now, all of it is not being reversed, of course, but there is still a bit of liquidity that they're taking out of the market. That is going to have an effect. That's going to have a bearish effect. And what I believe in this particular scenario, in this particular range, I don't think there's going to be a V bottom up as much as it's going to be more of a rounded formation, something much like what we saw back here. This was during the 3K sort of region. This was back in the last bear market of 2018. Right? So I'll be expecting something like that. Do I think we have time to be accumulating? Yes. And this is why I'm going to say this. If you are someone right now, and this is why I wanted to ask that question, are you buying this Bitcoin dip? If you are someone right now looking at a particular level, a certain level, for instance, okay, 18.7K, I'm going to knock off this level right here, 18.7K for instance, I would not grab onto that level and just be like, okay, I'm only buying at 18.7K and that's it. That's my plan. And if I don't get 18.7K, shit, right? Have a plan, have a range. That's what I'm going to say. Have an accumulation range if you are someone looking to step in as a long-term investor here. Because that's essentially what I'll be doing in this juncture. I'm going through your comments right now. Zafar Sarfaraz says, next Bitcoin move will be to $15,000. Like, I'm noticing so many bears right now, right? There's a lot of bears, even on crypto Twitter. A lot of people expecting lower prices, and these are the junctures where you need to be very careful. Always look for the other side of the trade as well. Understand, okay, is the market dynamic shifting? You need to be on that. Young buck, if that happens, Celsius gets liquidated. True. Yeah, no more printing this time, but eventually they'll have to print again. Yeah, they will. Lucas, how's it going, man? Sam says I got 500. Don't know if I want to buy the Bitcoin dip or go long with leverage. I think that's going to really depend on if you're going long on leverage. Understand what your time frame is, right? So the other day we had a live stream with Jason Casper. Guys, if you did not catch that one, go ahead and catch that one, because Jason Casper, he specializes in trading the lower time frames there, right? So if you're looking to trade this range, I do believe that this is a trader's market right now. I think there's a lot of alpha to be had on the ranges alone because the volatility has picked up. However, if you're trading, understand your time frame, okay? And if you're looking to invest, understand that, okay, what is your time frame if you're stepping in as an investor, a long-term investor? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? So it's very, very important to understand the time frame that you're playing when making the decision of whether you want to trade or you want to step in for a long-term hodl. Yes, yes, Johan. She's like, Krish is killing it. You're very, very sweet. Thank you. But yeah, I'm hoping that Sean joins me too. It's always good to have that conversation, right? It's nice when there's a conversation going on with you guys, with us in the room. 1 million years. I think we'll have a decent accumulation period. I think so too, Tom. I think there's going to be a decent accumulation period. However, there's one thing I've noticed in terms of the accumulation periods is that over time, over the cycles, that accumulation period has been sort of shortening in a way, right? So say if this accumulation period right here, which was back in 2018, December 2018, this I believe lasted around, what was this, not 6 weeks, what am I saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 to 6 months, right? This time around, and the one before that I believe lasted about a year. So we could see a shorter cycle. Now, of course, there are going to be a lot more fundamental plays that you'll have to sort of keep your eyes on. If the Fed comes out and says that, okay, you know what, we're going to be, well, buying back these bonds, we're going to be decreasing interest rates, that's when the markets can turn, and they will turn fast, right? The one thing that people, there's this one sort of, it's almost like a rhyme at this point, that people have been repeating now for decades on end is don't fight the Fed. Don't fight the Fed. Now here everyone thought it would be different because, well, what happened there was sort of unprecedented with the whole global lockdown that we had. But once again, the same thing held true here as well. Do not fight the Fed. The Fed says we're coming in, we're stepping in with more liquidity. Notice what the markets did. That was a swift rally, right? I'm watching a potential inverted head and shoulders forming in Bitcoin 2 hour. I'm seeing that too, Paul. I'm seeing that too. So we'll be going over all of this. So what do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start off with the lower time frames, or do you guys want to get on over to those macro higher time frames to see if this is a potential reversal region right here? So what do you guys want? Let me know. Let me take a sip of my Coke. Lupac says we're one Elon tweet away from a V-shaped recovery. On Dogecoin, yeah. Lower, please. Okay, lower time frames from AA. Lower time frames first.
Kush, let them know that I've been posting lower time frame trades on the seed chats.
Yes, sir.
Especially for those seedlings who did not see the notifications I've been posting on the seed chat. Altcoin setups.
So yeah, since a lot of you guys are interested in the lower time frames, as I can see right here, so we'll be starting off with the lower time frames today, but just a quick heads up to all the seedlings out there. Let me just go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Do I have it open on Discord? I probably do. Okay, and don't switch anything, please. Keep my screens intact. I'm gonna take you guys to the Discord chat. Alright, so Sean's posted, he's posted an amazing Sol USDT setup. He also posted one on Sol Bitcoin, but this one was posted today, and like it's playing out as we speak right now. So go ahead and look at the lower trade setups that Sean has been posting under altcoins as well as Bitcoin, I believe. So you're going to see it all right here. This is for all the seedlings. Don't miss this if you're looking to trade this range. This is where, by the way, these are the junctures of the market where you can actually start practicing your execution. Let me tell you something about TA. There's not just TA, trading in general, right? Trading is a multifaceted thing where you have TA that has its place, which is technical analysis, which is what I'm doing right now, right? And then there's the other aspect of it, which is executing on that TA, executing on those high conviction trades that you may have. That is you taking action on them, right? And then there's the other factor of risk management. So it's very, very important that you guys understand these three aspects. So this is a time where you can be practicing your execution on the charts. Okay, so Sean has been posting these lower time frame trade setups. They've been super, super fun to watch them play out. So go ahead and check it out if you haven't already done so. And yes, Brett, smash the likes, you guys. Smash the likes. It helps the channel out quite tremendously, actually. More than you will know. Okay, so now I'm going to get back on over to my chart. We're going to get on over to the lower time frames because there's something that Paul mentioned, which was there is a certain play that I'm seeing. It has not triggered just yet. That is something that should be noted. Okay, I'm getting on over to the 4-hour time frame. Now, this has... So, Paul, let me know if this is the same thing that you're looking at, okay? Are you looking at this as the head and shoulders pattern right here? This as the left shoulder, this as the head, and we have a possible right shoulder that could be forming given in contingent on us actually getting a bounce here. Let me know if you're seeing something in that sort of let me know if you're seeing the same thing, because this is the head and shoulders pattern that I see forming. I do believe that it has the volume to support it, but however, it's going to be very, very important that we actually bounce here. I want to see a bounce. Although I believe, like, when it comes to, yes, that's what I'm watching. Yeah, so I think this right shoulder, now because we're in a bear market, because there is like this immense sell pressure, because people are expecting lower prices, when it comes to these sort of pattern plays, right, you can expect the market makers to actually take this baby down further because there is more liquidity to be tapped into. Either trap traders, okay, or traders that are feeling a bit more confident on the downside, right? So they'll usually try to tap into that fear of the market, into that bearish sentiment of the market before they actually take it up. So usually when it comes to bear markets and seeing these bullish patterns in bear markets, you can expect, especially with head and shoulders patterns, you can expect that right shoulder to be pushed down a lot further. They're going to take advantage of your bearish sentiment. Okay. At what point will I be looking? At what point will this bullish pattern? So what we're looking for, guys, over here is in an inverted head and shoulders. Okay, for those of you who do not see the neckline on this, allow me to just draw it out for you. That is the neckline. Okay. Can you see my chart? Yes, you can. There we go. All right, this is the bullish head and shoulders that's playing out on the 1 hour, and you can see it on the 4-hour time frame. If I have to go ahead and take the measured move of this bullish head and shoulders pattern playing out on Bitcoin, right? And if contingent, now this is far from breaking, guys. To break, for this pattern to be activated, we need to break that neckline to the upside. All right, we have to break that neckline to the upside for this pattern to be activated. All right, if we do that, where does the measured move take Bitcoin up to? It'll take Bitcoin all the way up to $25,000, $25,800. All right, that is the measured move. But at what point does this pattern get negated? At what point does this pattern get negated? Right, so when you're playing patterns, guys, it's very, very important to also look at the other side of this. All right, yes, there is a bullish aspect to it because it's a very textbook-like bullish formation, right? It's a bullish pattern, the inverted head and shoulders, but this gets negated as soon as we take out the wick low right here. The wick low, guys, comes in at around $20,000. We start closing candles underneath $20,000 on the 1-hour time frame. Watch out, because this might just be going lower. What's the next target that I am looking at on this chart? Well, we enter a brand new sort of zone of price action on the lower time frames. And what is that zone? That zone, guys, goes in from $20,000 all the way down to 18.7K. All right, could it drop lower? Of course it can. But for now, on the lower time frames, this is going to be a range, which is going to be a pretty decent 6.5% range to be had. But so far, Bitcoin is ticking down, so watch out for the negation point. If you're playing this, have a plan when you're playing these patterns. But let's see if there's anything else to support it as far as the Ichimoku is concerned. Yeah, it's looking weak here, man. Like, look at the cloud levels, right? And look at the EMAs and the SMA, basically relative to price action. Everything, we have a negative slope on the 21 EMA, the 10 SMA. It's looking weak. We've lost the 10 SMA, which we managed to reclaim back here. Lost it once again. This looks like it wants to come down further. At the very least, tap that 20K region once again. Okay, it's only when this really starts reversing, and for this pattern to play out, for this bullish pattern to play out, I want to see Bitcoin start ticking up and taking out the 10 SMA once again. Okay, 10 SMA right now, guys, comes in at around 21.6K. We start taking that back out, yeah, I think there's a good chance that we actually start breaking the head and shoulders to the upside. And I also want you to notice how that neckline is gonna line up with the 21 EMA, which is that yellow line that I have on my chart right now. Okay, but so far, is this good enough for a macro reversal? No, not yet. Okay, we want to see more on the chart, on those higher time frames, to see that those signs of a macro reversal. And what do you know? We close this candle underneath the 10 simple moving average. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. It goes a long way for the channel. And hey, if you haven't already subscribed and you want to keep up with the live streams, well, go ahead and smash the subscribe as well. Michael Mexasi, I love that name. I really like that name. What kind of shots we talking? What shots? Are you talking about a short? Trading a short position? Vami, are you guys from India? Jackson Design, there's a hidden bearish divergence between the shoulders and the head. Let's go ahead and see it. Oscillators. On what? What are you looking at? RSI, Stokes. Yeah. On the Stokes, yes. Yeah. This baby could start coming down. So I noticed that a lot of you guys are trading this range, right? Like, quite a few of you guys are trading this range. Sean says, Krisha, 4-hour dynamic. Okay, yes sir, yes sir. Sorry, Mango, Macro, and Crypto, you are spamming the chat. But okay, let's go on over to the 4-hour dynamic. Sir Krisha! Wow. Okay, guys. Dynamic users, this is a party. This, like... You've not gone wrong so far actually just shorting the dynamic, right? And it's so easy to know when you're freaking wrong on this. Price actually got all the way up to the Mango dynamic. Notice how the dynamic is red. Red equals bearish. Okay, tempo has not gone off. We actually got rejected on that point. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Like the freaking wick. Insane. When the trend begins, for those of you who have access to the Mango dynamic, when the trend freaking begins, you better be paying attention to the Mango dynamic. And also when that reversal comes in, when this switches green, tempo goes off. If your eyes are not on there, you're gonna miss out on some solid opportunity. And I'm not just talking about Bitcoin, I'm also talking about the altcoins. Make sure you have your eyes on the dynamic, guys. So I'm using the dynamic, the original dynamic variation for those of you who are interested. Goodie bag, loud and clear. Awesome. Careful, she will come tickle you, Sean. I will. When he's sick. Paige. Hey, Paige. I think I saw you on Jason Casper's live stream as well. That's you, right? Anthony Murray, happy days. Kind of a relief to sell up so I can hone my skills for a while. Instead of hodling through the chaos. Exactly. Guys, this is the time. Jason's fangirl. Oh, good to have you here as well, Paige. Lupac, I think there's a... there might be a link in the description. Go ahead and check it out. BTC clean altcoins. Damn straight. Bottom is in, I think. Christian Molly, you think bottom's okay? Christian, why? Why do you think the bottom is in? Like, what are you looking at? Let's see what Christian's looking at. I wanna know what you guys are looking at. I mean, I've shown you my signals on the chart, what I personally am looking at. We'll be going over that in a bit, but I want to know what you guys are looking at that's giving you that inclination that hey, the bottom might be in. There are a few things I've noticed, and I want to bring that to your attention. Merly, Christian, is this your playlist? No, man, it's not my playlist. I don't listen to this. It's like freaking instrumental shit. But apparently you guys find it very, very mellow. I'm more about like pop. Sometimes I'll listen to rap, R&B, you know, that kind of stuff. The lower we go, the longer crypto winter will be. Man, crypto winter has been on like for what? It's been on for over a year now. And when we started calling like Bitcoin bear market, people were giving me so much shit. We gotta...
Everyone voted for you to have a mango chili mojito on the Discord. You missed it. So this is really strong right here, so go slow. I'm already kind of tipsy because Julian convinced me. Julian, last time you got me to, was it Julian or Wilby that got me to take a shot last time? He was like, okay, that was Wilby. You guys. How was it though? How was it? No, you gotta take a proper sip.
Oh, that's
strong, eh?
Oh.
But it's so you taste the mango?
Yeah, I do.
And the chili?
Yeah. Wow. All right, guys.
Alcohol,
no, it's good. It's good. Cheers. Guys, who's got a drink? Even if it's coffee. Cheers. Everyone smash. Tell me, say cheers in the chat. Good
guys,
God.
If you guys get Krisha to 150 likes, I'm going to get her to down 2 shots. 2 just naked gin shots.
Terrible, terrible. Hey, yo, Christian, did you reply to that? What are you guys looking for? Bottom not in. Paige says bottom not in, but heading there today, only after a bounce. Paige, you know what? I'm almost in agreement with you there. There are a lot of signs telling me that, you know, I feel like there is a bit more oomph that the bears actually have. And, but I feel like this is also a juncture where people need to really start thinking about their positions, their long-term positions. Because let me tell you something, at least about the altcoins. I've been looking at the altcoins today, guys. Many of those top-notch, those high MCAP to the high mid MCAP altcoins, and a lot of them are down a good 80%. Now, if you look at some of these altcoins, and you really have to take them back to their all-time highs, you're looking at easily 1,000% on that. Right? So these are the junctures where people made a lot of money when the last time around, especially I was looking at this was back in 2020, I was looking at Cardano. Cardano, I believe, was sitting at 1 cent. People bought that at 1 cent and just hodled. Man, they freaking made a killing there, right? So these are the junctures of the market where that big money is really made if you're looking to accumulate. All right, it's very, very important that you guys understand what kind of person you are. How do you want to play this market? Do you want to trade it, actively trade it? Right? If you're looking to actively trade it, then get on over to your lower time frames. Understand, okay, what is this the prevailing zone that Bitcoin is oscillating within, right? And take the trades on that. However, make sure you risk manage at all times. However, if you are an investor, you want to come in with the whole stress-free mindset. You just want to buy, and you know what? Just wait. This is the juncture that you need to be looking at, and you need to have like a range plan, because this is where people need to start thinking about their long-term positions. Okay, so if you want to have that stress-free mindset, you just want to play, you just want to be in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin especially, have a plan for this particular juncture, because I feel like the reversal is coming very, very soon. Bottom is in when key resistance levels are broken. Kisco Kid, I actually have I have a level. It's a dynamic level, but I have a level that's held historically very, very well. And I think that's what's going to signal, and it works on SPY, it works on Bitcoin, works on NASDAQ, and I think that's what's going to signal the next bull market. So I'll give you the level in a bit. Young Buck, I'm going to accumulate Bitcoin because it leads the market most of the time. Does it? Last time, guys, it was the altcoins that led before Bitcoin. There was BNB. Notice the altcoins that are holding very, 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 very well right now, which is BNB is one. BNB led the market last time. LTC led the market last time. And Cardano led the market last time. LTC actually had its halving right before Bitcoin. So LTC's halving is in 2023. Okay, let's go ahead and do some TA. Now you know what I think of the lower time frames, and look at that, right? We're getting that bounce right now on the 4-hour time frame, so keep your eyes on that. I think that this head and shoulders pattern has a chance of actually playing out if we actually start reclaiming that 10 SMA to the upside. Okay, that's gonna be the first thing that I look for. I want to see price reclaim the 10 SMA to the upside on the 4-hour time frame. If we stay there and we actually manage to get another push up, taking out the 21 EMA and the Tenkin, I want you to see how they've both sort of intersected right there in that juncture. That comes in at around 22,600. If we start taking that region out, I'm saying that this head and shoulders, this bullish head and shoulders pattern has been activated. What is the measured move over here? The measured move will take Bitcoin all the way up to $25,000, right? I'm going to go ahead and plot that out for you once again. All right, $25,000, and look how beautiful is this? It's not just $25,000. That $25,000 measured move has confluence with another key cloud level, which is the Kijun on the 4-hour time frame. Let me go ahead and mark that out for you guys. All right, I'm going to change this to maybe a yellow, just to sort of, actually not a yellow, I already have a yellow, orange. Okay, just to sort of make sure that it stands out there. Okay, $25,000, which is also the Kijun. And what's that very, very famous trade setup that we look for when it comes to the Ichimoku cloud? Right, those easy trade setups. It is the C-span trade. When Sean and I mentioned the term C-span trade, what we're essentially talking about is a trade from the Tenkin to the Kijun or vice versa. This right here, I'm just going to clear out all the lines on my chart. The blue line that you see is the Ichimoku Tenkin. The red line that you see over here is the Ichimoku Kijun. All right, when price penetrates the Tenkin and holds that as support, there's a very, very good chance that we actually get a C-span trade, basically a trade from the Kijun all the way up to the Tenkin. Sorry, from the Tenkin in this case all the way up to the Kijun. All right, the Kijun once again, guys, comes in at $25,000. We're seeing confluence there with the measured move of that head and shoulders pattern. So keep that in mind if this actually ends up playing out. For this to get negated, you guys know the rule. We're going to be looking for the wick low to be taken out. The wick low, guys, comes in at around $20,000. All right, that is going to be the next bullish trade if there is one on the books. Who's got the edge here? Well, once again, the bears have the edge here. Can you please TA at the medium term? We'll go over that in a bit. Send a super chat to get your comment noticed. Oh, okay. The revolutionist ADA XRP BNB will lead the next bull run. ADA will overtake Ethereum for second place. You think? I don't know. I don't know about ADA taking ADA. You know what I really like about Cardano is the network effect that it has. Like, you should go ahead and look at the Cardano subreddit. It's insane. Like, the amount of fanboys and fangirls, and that's essentially what you want to see in communities if you're looking to decide whether or not, okay, is this project dead or not. You want to see that community still alive in the bear market as well. All right, that's essentially what's going to give you that inclination that, okay, you know what, this community is alive. When the bull market starts, this is the coin that you want to be looking at. Social, that social effect is very, very important. You do not want to be getting into dead projects. All right. Krisha, check dashboard BNX. All right, let's get on over to the Mango dashboard. I'm wanting to get on over to the dashboard. Sorry guys, this is a very chilled out, very unplanned stream, so I'm like all over the place. I want to talk about the lower time frames, but I also want to talk about the higher time frames. Man, all my batteries are low today. Jesus Christ. Give me a second. Just gonna charge my headset. Boom. Alrighty. Mango dashboard. Sean, what do you want me to look at? The Mango dashboard. By the way, guys, the Mango dashboard can be found at app.mangoresearch.co. There is a free version as well that you guys can play around with, so go ahead and check it out. It's essentially what the dashboard really does is that it filters out the cream from the nonsense, right? The cream is basically the coins that you want to be looking at, coins that actually have that volume really pumping up, right? Those are usually the coins where you see these amazing trade setups. So always look at the dashboard, look at those high volume coins. Like notice how TRX USDT is all the way up here on the weekly time frame. Let me tell you something about TRX. TRX is never even on top 20. All right, so we're seeing like outliers actually rise, and I usually like using the dashboard to see just that. When you see outliers in the market, it usually shows itself on the dashboard first. Sean, you said BN what? BNX. There's no BNX. Did you have a typo there? $3K and Sailor provides more collateral. Sailor won't get liquidated because I can always put more money to his trade. The thing about Sailor's trade, guys, when people often like bash Sailor and they're making fun of him. The difference between Sailor and other leveraged people in the market, as we've seen with Celsius, with 3 Hours Capital. Man, what happened there was just BS. No, BS when I say BS, like I cannot believe that people with that much money didn't have even a semblance of risk management at play. The fact that their freaking liquidation point was sitting smack on weekly support is freaking ridiculous. Guys, their liquidation point, can I just drive this in? Because I was so annoyed at it. I'm like, how? How are you guys even trading so much money? Right? Like look at where their freaking liquidation point was at. This was Celsius. All right, Celsius's liquidation point, guys, was sitting at the friggin' 200 simple moving average. Like, dude, when I see shit like that after the Luna fiasco, that should not have happened. If I know that my liquidation point is sitting at 200 simple moving average, I'm adding more collateral to make sure that liquidation point goes down. But anyways, getting back to the topic at hand, Michael Saylor's trade is different because he is not marked to market. All right. If his collateral goes down, it's not like he gets a margin call immediately and it's just liquidation. No. He is not marked to market. That's one thing that you guys need to understand about Michael Saylor's leverage play. You know how when you guys, if you actually have a shit trade and you your collateral diminishes to nothing, you get a margin call? That does not happen to Saylor, right? You are marked to market on those trades. He is not marked to market. It's a very, very different play that he's on right now. Sailor only bought a fraction of Bitcoin on leverage. Most is spot. Tai Swan Khan says, Tan, how's it going, man? 3 Hours Capital, they're a well-known hedge fund, right? What happened to them? They were over-leveraged. And yeah, they pretty much are... did they get a margin call yet? Are they liquidated just yet? I know they're looking for liquidity, and I know that some people that they owe have come out with an entire Twitter thread. Sean knows a lot more about... Krisha, thoughts on 3AC? These are my thoughts, man. Like, what happened? So 3AC, you need to understand that 3AC was also caught in the whole Luna fiasco. Right, so after the whole Luna fiasco, the fact that they did not think of mitigating their risk by adding more collateral or even maybe closing out positions was insane. I think they freaking deserve to be in this spot. Man, all the charts look horrible right now. Let's go on over to, actually no, I'll go on over to traditional in a bit. But let's talk about, I want to talk about this one thing Sean and I have been bringing up to your attention, in that how do you accumulate in this range, right? What could be your possible plan? And for that, I want to take you guys over to the BLX chart. Now, this is something that we have been talking about, and I want to sort of draw your attention to this once again. I'm going to put on that 200 exponential moving average, which is the purple line on my chart, and I'm going to put on the 200 simple moving average, which is the red line on my chart. Switch off the Ichimoku, and... we'll switch off the 10 and the 21. Cool. So these are the two sort of lines I want to keep on the chart right now. Cool beans. All right. And now I'm going to switch on the ranges. Now, Sean and I, we've been talking about a possible sort of bottoming zone, you know, these reversal zones in the past, historically. And all these zones that I have marked out on my chart, now you see this red zone right here that I currently have, which we're sitting, by the way, at the bottom of right now. Then I have the second one, which pretty much marked out the bottom of, well, the last bear market, which was December 2018, right? And then I have this one right here, which marked out the bottom of 2015. Does it really mark at the bottoms? No, this was more of a 20% over the 200 exponential moving average and 20% under the exponential moving average at that given juncture. If I sort of just zoom into this 2015 bear market, right, the top resistance right here is 20% from the 200 exponential and 20% below the 200 exponential. And I want you to notice where Bitcoin really bottomed out, right? Once again, the bear market of 2018-2019. This is 20% over the 200 exponential, 20% under the 200 exponential. Notice how it called, I'm not going to use the word called, but notice how it marked out that range and how price oscillated, how that reversal really oscillated within that range until we broke out of it, right? And look at that break. Like, we broke out and we held it as support and boom, all the way to 14K. Now, once again, this is that range, right? Now, I'm currently on the BLX chart. It's got a bit of a gap on here. Interesting. But notice where we're at relative to that range, 20% over the 200 exponential average, which comes in at around 32.3K, 20% under, which comes in at around that 21.6K region. Notice where we're at on that. Guys, we're currently sitting at the bottom of that range, and historically, it's never been a bad idea to be buying at that range. So if you're looking to accumulate, we're getting into that accumulation zone right now. So eyes on this. So here, how's it going, man? Good morning. Sean's not here, as you've noticed, my sunshine. He's made me a very, very strong drink, but... Oh, you can have the entire thing, Sean. That's freaking strong as shit. Yashiv, am I saying that right? He says, we're in a risk-off macroeconomic environment and we ain't holding, I want you guys to look at my chart. Cool. And we ain't holding the 200 weekly SMA. Note, okay, there's one thing that I want to bring to your attention is that when it comes to these macro levels, right, understand that this is a weekly chart that we're looking at right now. The weekly is not closed yet. Today is at Thursday, right? So we still have around 3 to 4 days left on this candle. And believe it or not, price can wick down past the 200 weekly simple moving average only for it to close above. And I want you to notice where we're at. This is currently the BLX chart, so this is not updated just yet. Okay, but this is what we have in front of us. Right? Now, I had mentioned a inverted head and shoulders pattern playing out on the lower time frames. If we actually see that play through, this could be well in line to actually close over that 200 simple moving average by week end. All right, so these are the plays that you want to keep your eyes on. We know that we have a critical weekly support that's swinging in at around $22,000. If we start seeing bullish patterns play out on those lower time frames, that could very well reclaim the higher time frame support that we've just lost. This candle does not have a confirmed close underneath the weekly 200 simple moving average just yet. We could very well rally right into the weekly close. All right, only for price to close over the weekly 200. So don't get too stubborn on the bearish side. Understand that, okay, there could be a bullish aspect to it, but note that if we actually defend the 200 weekly moving average, that's going to be a good look for the next signs of reversal. And also in addition to the weekly that closes, the 2 week also, well, we open a brand new 2 week candle as well. That's going to be an interesting look. And also, I want to bring up one more cool thing to your attention as far as reversals are concerned. Now, I want to see what the poll says. How many of you are buying Bitcoin here? Should we... Oh, seriously, Sean? He's changed my poll to should we get Krisha drunk? Jesus Christ. I want to put in another poll. All right, let me try and do this. Can I put it... Oh, Sean, do you have control over the polls? Why don't I have control of the polls? What the hell, man? And he's laughing. Jesus Christ. Terrible. What the hell? I'm literally streaming here and I don't have control of the polls? BS. Okay, let me show you guys something. There's a death cross that's happening on the 3-day time frame. All right, I'm gonna switch off my lines, put the ribbon on. The mango ribbon, guys, is available for free if you guys want it. This is for those of you who are currently on basic TradingView accounts. Check it out. You got like a bunch of EMAs and MAs, and you have the Ichimoku there as well with our settings on it. Thank you, Mark. As you can see, I'm an old grandmom on this whole streaming thingamajig, but I'm trying to get with it. But anyways, as far as the death cross is concerned, get on over to your 3-day time frame, and I want you to notice the death cross between. I'm gonna switch off everything else actually. Sorry, wrong one. All right, we're gonna switch off this, and this. Okay, now the death cross, guys, is essentially when the 55 exponential moving average crosses over the 200 exponential moving average. And that is usually known as a bearish sort of indicator. However, I do believe that it is a lagging indicator. So oftentimes you'll see price dump and then us actually get the death cross. However, there are some times where it does not lag, and in fact, it's sort of, it gives us the signal right on time. Right, I don't usually like playing the death cross, but I've noticed something very, very cool on this chart. I'm currently on Bitcoin USDT. This is the Coinbase chart. So I'm going to get on over to something with a bit more history. How about Bitstamp? Let's get on over to Bitstamp. Okay. Also, just a quick tip for those of you who are trading this current market. It's always good to use charts with a lot more data on it, because you'll be surprised to find how many of the points and how many of the moving averages are completely thrown off if you're using something with less data on it. So make sure you have the chart with the most data if you're trading, actively trading. So anywho, we have one cross right here which just took place. Okay, came in on 12th of June on the 3-day time frame. If I zoom out of this chart, when was the last time we got the death cross? All right, let's zoom out. I'm going to switch off that volume. The last time, guys, so we got one death cross right here. I'm going to mark it out for you. Okay. The last time we got another death cross was right here. This was December of 2018. Okay, let's zoom into this. Oops. And what was price sitting at December 2018? The close came in at $3,398. All right. We were around, how much percent from the bottom? Like the very bottom. About 8% from the bottom. Okay. Now let's go back in time. When was the other death cross that we had? We had one right here. 7th of Jan 2015. Price closed at $267. We had another 43% move along with the wick to the downside. But if I just go ahead and mark out that close, right? I've marked it out with this orange line. I'm gonna go ahead and darken it just for you guys to sort of look at here. Now, once again, this is for those of you looking to accumulate in this range and looking, you know, you're wondering whether or not you should be buying. Should you be DCAing Bitcoin in this range, right? And there we go. If you bought Bitcoin, just even on that close, based on that, right? What was your move? I mean, we started another bull market back in October of 2015. And this is where we actually got all the way up to 20K. That was a good 7,142% to the upside, right? So these little crosses, these death crosses have sort of lined up to an extent with market bottoms. All right, so watch out for that. While I do think that the bears can take this down a little further, and this is more so to do with the growing sort of fundamental risk in the market. We saw the Fed come out, they've pumped up rates once again. However, they also very adamant in noting that, hey, you know what, this is the one time that we're doing it. However, if market conditions improve, they will be going back to 50 basis points, right? So we have this right here. So we have the Fed doing that, then we have the whole tightening cycle going on. We have those sort of fundamental factors playing out. So depending on that, and if we actually see this reversal and things actually start improving with inflation, the rate of inflation and stuff, I think that, you know what, we could very well be bottoming right here. So watch out for this actually lining up. Audio on point. Gee, thanks. Sean is not in the room, that's why. So once again, we have another death cross. This candle has not closed just yet, but it's never, historically, I think it's always sort of lined up with those market bottoms, so that's something to note. Now, this is one of the things we spoke about in addition to that whole BLX thing where we're looking at 20% to the upside from the 200 exponential moving average, 20% to the downside on the weekly, right? So we're all, like, there's so many signs of zones of accumulation in this current juncture that Bitcoin is sitting in. Could we go down lower? Sure we can. You know, no one can really say this is a game of probability at the end of the day. If we go down lower, you guys have my target. I'm looking at 18.7K. If we drop below 18.7K, I have more targets for you. You're not gonna like them though. Do you see it? Do you see it? If we break 18.7, guys, I'm gonna be looking for 16.3K first, and then 13.1K next. Yeah. They're not very good, and I think that the whole macro picture of Bitcoin suddenly gets, you know, completely skewed. But, I mean, this is why you never really play fractals to, you know, the decimal, or to, you don't take them too seriously. Always employ some level of risk management even to your plays, even to your fractal plays, as well as understand that market dynamic can shift. And if you're going to be too stubborn, right, you're going to get stuck on the wrong side of the trade. So be very, very careful. Dixie Pumping says Gordon Skreksa. Man, I can't pronounce that. I'm just going to call you Gordon. Gordon, Dixie Pumping is a pumping. Let's go and see Dixie. And it is. It is. It's sort of broken out of a high right there. Jesus, when was the last time we lived over this region? At around 103. This was back in December of 2002, guys. 2002. There are a lot of things happening historically just across the board that have only happened, that last happened back in, during the dot-com bust. Believe it or not, yes, the dot-com bust. We're looking at data points from all the way back in the dot-com bust. So that's what I'm saying, that it looks, that the bearish side right now looks a bit frothy. So be very, very careful. When you see a lot of people sort of gather on one side of the trade and you're seeing price hold. Now, this is one thing that sort of tipped me off in this 3K region, right? And we actually had buys in the 3K region. I know Sean doesn't like me talking about it, but we had buys in the 3K region. This was more so because of, well, we had to ask ourselves, right? I mean, if everyone is bearish, everyone's calling for $1,800, $1,400, some people are calling for $0, $2,400. Everyone is bearish. We know people that are selling. Hell, we know people who are the wick of the last bear market. We actually know people who sold a freaking wick and never got back in. When you're looking at that and you're seeing all of this bearish sentiment and price is holding here for 6 freaking months, it begs the question, if everyone is selling, who the hell is buying here? Right? So look for signs like that. And it's called something. There's a concept behind it. There's a name, I guess, behind it. It's called insiders crossing the public. It's always good, if you're looking to accumulate those big positions for the long term, understand when insiders are crossing the public. All right, and that is going to show on the charts first. Price action is the best sort of fundamental gauge you can get on the market as a whole. Look at price right now. There's a lot that is being sort of fiddled around with by the Fed, and there's a lot of numbers that are just completely thrown off that people used to use as indicators in the past, like the bond market. The bond market is not a reliable source right now, right, because of the amount of interference that it has seen from the governments. So price action is going to be your best sort of determinant in those cases. So pay attention to the charts is what I'm trying to say here. I wanna know if there are questions, guys. Any questions? Anything you guys want me to look at? Everyone wants Bitcoin low 10K. Yeah, man, I don't understand. How many of you guys are looking for Bitcoin below 10K? Sean, can we get a poll? Can we just knock off this poll? He's taken away my poll rights and my poll privileges. And look at the freaking poll that he has. Should we get Christian drunk? No. Where's my drink anyways? SVK, man. BNB's chart. Who's looking at BNB's chart? It's spectacular. Jesus Christ. Yeah, can you put some good poll up there? 65% said yes, we should get Christian drunk. You guys are terrible. I'm just kidding. Guys, smash the like, please. That's one way you can really help the channel. You can help me out. It'll make me feel better. I'm feeling under the weather. But yeah, smash the like. Tell me that you like this. Tell me what you want to hear in terms of, do you guys want me to go on over to the lower time frames to see if there's any good trade opportunities, or do you want me to stick to the higher time frames? Perhaps we can move on over to another sort of altcoin on the lower time frames to see if there is a trade setup there. Sean, once again, guys, Sean has posted an amazing Solana trade setup on the Mango Seed setups under the altcoins tab. So check that out. And yeah, that's playing out as we speak. That's playing out as we speak right now. 34% didn't want you to get drunk. Thank you to that 34%. They know that this girl is already freaking nuts. Okay, Michael Jones, thanks for the tip, man. VGX, is that Voyager? Tell me yes, no? Oh, dude. This is bear market. No, this is garbage. What is this? There's nothing to dissect. Okay, well, let's get on over to the lower time frames. You know, every time I see like a technical analyst on YouTube look at the higher time frames and a coin just hit the charts and they bash it, like it's not fair, right? When it comes to these new coins, it's very important that you get on over to the lower time frames. As far as Voyager is concerned, we're seeing price hold here. I mean, this is the 4-hour time frame then again, so don't get too happy with it holding here. This could drop further because while it may look like we're holding a region of support, this could also very well be a bear flag. But guys, in a bear market, right, when it comes to these, I don't know what the liquidity is like on Voyager, but if in a bear market, be very careful hanging on to low liquidity coins, because while it may be down, how much is it down by right now? Voyager is down at least from, let's go and get on over to the weekly. This is a nasty chart, guys. 85%. If you think that this cannot go down any further, it can. It can, and it will, and it can drop by another 85%. All right, and you do not want to be stuck in a trade like this. There are better trades to be had. You want to be looking for strength in the market, and you want to be looking for strength on any chart if you're looking to build a position, especially if it's a long position. Even if you're looking to place a short position on any of the altcoins, it is very important and very critical. I have gotten screwed time and time again by trading on leverage on shit liquidity charts. All right, if there's no liquidity, be careful, because the rug can and will be pulled from underneath you, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. All right, so be very careful in junctures like this. But yeah, VGX, guys, looking like garbage. If you're looking for a long, this is not the time to be building a long. You want to look for strength on support. You want to see price actually hold support. I think a good sort of example of that would be Cardano, if I'm not wrong. Cardano was a very good example right here. Right, this was the 2018 market. We also held right here. Right, you want to see support like this. You want to see it come down and you know, the bears actually fail time and time again to break. The Luna TRX, Zan. Am I saying that right, Zan? I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about the depegging of the TRX. play? Because I think that the topic of discussion right now is with Celsius, right? Celsius and what's his face? Sean, what's his name? 3 Arrows Capital. What's his name? 3 Arrows Capital. Check its chart. No, let's do USDD. I'm not gonna check with Tether because, well, Tether has its own sort of FUD. So let's check it with USDC. Yeah, damn. What's it at? 97. So what's the story behind this USDD? Zan, if you have any. What's your question? Guys, the chat is moving so fast. I can't see everything. Jesus, what is your question? Yeah, 97. So what is the collateral? So what happened, right, with the whole Luna thing? It was that Luna apparently was collateral for, what was, I even forgot the freaking ticker for that. Luna was collateral for that stable coin, right? So the algorithm was such that if it lost its pegging, Luna would be printed to hold it up. So it was almost like a freaking Ponzi. It was a Ponzi. Zusu, yes, Tanswan, Zusu. Both are algorithmic stablecoins. What's the backing for this one for USDD? What's the collateral posted? Like, how are they holding this up? Bitcoin 4 hour looking good. This is what I mean, guys. When it comes to watch out for any bullish patterns that play out here, because any bullish pattern actually playing out on lower time frames for Bitcoin will likely end up holding, we will all likely end up holding that weekly 200 simple moving average, which, by the way, has been a historic bounce level when it comes to bear markets. Let's not forget that, okay? Once again, just drawing this in, this has been a historic bounce level, guys. I'm going to zoom out of this chart, knock off everything else that we do not need. BLX. Can you see my chart? Yes, you can. All right. This was the 2015 bear market, once again, held as support. This was the 2018 bear market, once again, held as support. This was the COVID dump. Yes, the COVID dump as well held that 200 simple moving average. We lost very briefly, but failed to get confirmation under it. Okay, once again, 200 simple moving average. Once again, we're at the 200 simple moving average. We could see a rally here for price to hold, so be careful of that. All right. XRP is best, dude. Michael McSaucy. If Tron spirals down like Luna, I want to catch the short at high and be a millionaire. So is Tron the is Tron posted as collateral to support the pegging? Dixie index falling wedge since 1978. If it pumps to 150, can you confirm it? Let's go ahead and check it out. I actually saw that. What's his name? Zord Gaming. Was it Dixie? No, I was looking at the yields. I was not looking at Dixie. I was looking at the yields. The yields actually broke out of like a massive freaking decade-long falling wedge. Are you looking? What time frame are you looking at? Zord, 1978. What? Maybe. Oh. I don't know if it's, I don't know if I'd call it a falling wedge. I'm saying it is breaking out of a historic level, right? We're looking at 103 as a historic level, by the way. This is the 12-month time frame. This is the annual time frame that I'm looking at right now. If I just go ahead and clear out all my lines. There we go. Yeah. This is not going to be good for developing nations. People, countries, developing nations that are in US dollar debt. Why is this very important? And if for those of you wondering and you're just like, I'm not interested in this shit, I'll tell you why this is important. This is important because world trade, okay, world trade based on the Bretton Woods system that was formed. I don't know how they all came to that agreement. It is such a weird ass agreement. But anyways, because of the Bretton Woods system that came into play, world trade right now is the currency used for trade is US dollars, irrespective if the USA is actually in the trade or not. Even if they're not there, if they're not a part of the trade taking place, the trade is done in US dollars, and that's why this matters. Okay, that's why US dollars actually matter. That's why people look at the yields. They look at DXY, right? This matters because of that. All right. If when the DXY rallies, those countries are in trouble if they're in debt, okay, in US dollar denominated debt. They gotta pay that back, but right now they're getting squeezed. All right, as soon as when the dollar starts ticking up, it becomes that much more critical for them to be like, okay, we need to sort of hoard those US dollars. That's why we have countries like Nepal actually stopping certain imports into the country, because they're like, no, we're not wasting our US dollar reserves to pay for this nonsense. All right, that's why you're going to see a lot of developing nations pulling back. That's why this is very important. And based on the developing nations and the pressure really coming onto them, I don't think this is going to last too long. I don't know if the Fed can actually afford it. The wedge breakout is around in 2015. 2015. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes. You're looking at this, right? And what is this? I'm seeing something else here. It's more like a cup and handle. It's good to have some exposure to commodities as a hedge, but timing the entire run can be difficult indeed. Retest of the wedge first, so you think we get it? Yeah, could. Depending on this. DXY is rallying. We have rates that spiked. What's yields doing right now? Let's go ahead. Where is my chart? US 10. Jesus Christ! This is that falling sort of channel I was talking about, Zord. We're breaking out of like a multi-year, multi-decade trend right now on the 10-year yields. They are serious. The Fed is not. They're not playing around right now. Back to Bitcoin. Do you guys want me to cover any altcoins? Any altcoin requests out there? How neat is this chart, guys? How freaking neat is Bitcoin's yearly chart? Like, look at this. I'm gonna get rid of these lines. They're ruining it. They're ruining my picture. For those of you wondering, should we be accumulating? Remember, the red box territory was drawn in from the 200 exponential moving average. 20% of the upside, 20% of the downside will give you the red box territory. Historically, it's been a great zone to accumulate in. Pretty please, Alex, what do you, SRM? What is that? Ada. Lindeka. For Lindeka, yes, Ada. Lindeka, this is for you. I like Lindeka. She's very sweet. Oh. Guys. Cardano. Sean, are you seeing this? How many weeks now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. We're holding. So far. When you're looking for market reversals, guys, first off, you want to see a reversal-like formation. Okay, that's number one. And also, you want to see price sort of you want to see price hold a certain level. That's essentially telling you that there are very few sellers stepping in there. Very few people are willing to sell at that level. All right, and that is a show of strength, even in terms of those long-term hodlers. All right, that's what you want to see in market reversals. Right now, Cardano is holding this region at around 47 cents. We can go ahead and smack a horizontal on there. Okay, yes, could it drop further? Of course it can, but what I'm seeing here is strength on this level, which is a good thing. Wow. Lower time frames are concerned on Cardano. Let's also go ahead and put on the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, we're seeing very, very similar setups. We're seeing a twist of the cloud, and usually when you see that twist, price gets pulled into it more often than not. We could see a potential C-span trade. Actually, we already saw it play out right here, right from the Tenkin all the way up to the Kijun. That's a nice one. W-like formation. Yeah. Lindake, I'll look for, if you're looking at the lower time frames, I'm gonna start looking for Cardano to actually start taking out the 21 EMA. How about the daily? I'm looking at Cardano too, by the way. I think the community is very, very strong as far as the fundamentals are concerned. I don't know much about it. But I like the chart. I like the way the ebb and flow of the chart. And if I see an opportunity, I'll probably end up jumping in. But you guys will know. Yeah, it's looking decent. It's holding. I'll say this. This sort of bullish setup, if it's even bullish, if you want to call it bullish, it gets negated, guys, if we start breaking 47 on the weekly. So if we close this candle underneath 47 cents, there's a good chance that we're coming back down to 38 cents. Okay, that's going to be the next sort of prevailing range for Cardano. 20%. Pretty neat. For those of you who like trading the lower time frames, that's the range that you're looking at. This is the time to be practicing your execution. When there's volatility in the market, it is the best time to be practicing your execution. Bear flag, and basically, what? Ascendant channel, it's sideways range, yeah. Yeah. You can look at it as this too. Apecoin, man, Zord, Apecoin. Who's looking at Apecoin here? Are those coins still alive? Ugh, no, man, look at it. It's bad. There's no level right now. There's only this. $3.53. We start breaking, we go down further. Krisha, what mock? Did I miss something? Hey, what's the does Bitcoin see 10K? 72% says no way. 28% says yes. That's very interesting. BNX. Yes, mock. For you? Oh, mother of Jesus. What is this? What is this, mock? What is this?
Krisha, we promised everyone that if we get 150 likes, you take a shot.
What?
Yeah.
You guys?
They voted for you to take a shot. Can I have some of that drink though? It's so good. You've barely even cracked it.
Guys, did you really do this? Yes, okay, cheers. Mark, what is that? What is this chart? What is the BNX chart? Can you please...
We've been spamming you to look at the chart all freaking stream.
Okay, well, I'm doing so many things. This is my first time, by the way.
I expect you to try to pay attention to me at the very least. Like, make me feel special.
Where's your face? Replace the mango with your face, and I'm like, okay, that guy's a handsome lad right there. I'm like, oh, I want to woo him with my TA skills.
Dashboard first. Daily dashboard. You were looking at the weekly. There isn't enough price action for... Oh, good call. Good job.
Daily dashboard.
Looks so good.
Also, I wanted to okay, what is BNX? Can you tell me what's the name of the project?
It's a gaming coin. Stands for like Battle of the Gods or something like that.
Battle of the Gods.
Something like that.
Michael McSaucy says it's 7 a.m. here. Jeez Louise, Michael, you're up early.
Look at that. Look, it's 44% up against Bitcoin. You got to check out the chart. And where was the call on the dashboard? 18 days ago. So this one has been trending for 18 days.
This is really strong. So, but what is it? I still don't know what it is. It's a gaming coin. That's it. Mark, what is it? Can you tell everybody what this is all about? BNX coin, cyber dragging metaverse game. Okay, is it like an incentive model that sort of is making this pump?
I didn't give it to you to just put aside. I handed it to you for you to drink it.
I just had a shot.
Alright.
He's like, oh, Krisha, 150 likes, take a shot. Jesus Christ. Michael makes early bird gets the worm. I agree, man. I need to start fixing my schedule. My schedule is completely off right now, and I'm so bummed. I used to get up at those once a time where I used to get up at 6 in the morning and I'm like, I'm ready to do this, hit the gym, and I was done the gym by 7 a.m. and on to, you know, the charts and trading and shit. I actually had a nice journal. Sean actually posted some pictures on the C chat, but man, I was so diligent, and that's what it does. When you have like a routine, you get to be diligent. Hey, Kyle Medina, man, where have you been? It's been a while since I last saw you on here. I don't know much about it. Binary X Git Book Cyber Dragon. Okay, so when you see these coins that actually have like an incentive model behind it, and there's that sort of pumps up demand, and that's why you're gonna see charts like this. These are coins, by the way, that do not move, that seldom move with the market leader. And yes, you're gonna find these outliers. The thing is that about finding the outliers is that they're outliers, so it could be a gamble sometimes, right? But this is a great chart as far as BNX is concerned. For those of you who are actually playing this chart, this is a bull flag right now. At least that's what it looks like. We have a rising channel on this flag, okay? And let's see where the channel takes us up to. If we actually manage to break it, what's the trade that we're looking at? All right, let's go ahead, plot right here. Guys, let me know if you guys are interested in trading patterns. I really like patterns. I think it works well on not low liquidity, but coins that have liquidity that's low enough for the big players to not touch it. Because I noticed that on these high liquidity coins, on high liquidity charts like Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of the big players, the traditional players enter, and those charts sometimes they get much harder to play, even in terms of patterns, right? But on these charts with low, you know, that don't have too much liquidity, not enough for the big players to enter, they follow patterns extremely well, like extremely well, and there's a lot of edge to be had there. So this chart, BNX USDT, if we start breaking out of the channel, this will likely take it all the way up to $208. Okay, that is the measured move. Could we stop before that? Of course we can, right? But it's about understanding it. Look at that. We have confluence with the highs right here that came in on November 2001. And that's essentially what you want to see with charts like this. Every time you look for a measured move, I often look for confluence with major historic levels. That gives me a bit more confidence in that measured move as well. Okay. Has this pattern activated? No, it hasn't. For this to get activated, you want to see a nice push to the upside, breaking that trend line to the upside. All right. Not only do you want to see it break, you want to see it hold. Oftentimes, you'll see price actually penetrate the trend line, get a retest, and then off. Right. But you want to. Usually, I try to catch it on the retest. However, it is a bear market, so I want you guys to be very, very careful on bullish moves to the upside. What is the move on this one? Just quickly, very quickly, since Mock and Sean are like, crucial, look at BNX. All right, here we go. 38%. It's nice. A downtrend and an uptrend. I got it on Gala at 0.003. Good job, man. What do you mean isn't a bull flag? Usually a downtrend in an uptrend, a bull flag. No. That's a bear flag. This is just to show you. Bull flag usually, and then you'll see continuation to the upside. Bear flag is when you have a downtrend, consolidation. Okay, it doesn't have to be a symmetrical triangle at the end. It could also be like a falling channel, a falling wedge, and then you see a break to the downside. Here's a quick tip for those of you actually playing patterns, is that if you find a, depending on the overarching trend, now just getting back on over to Bitcoin because, well, Bitcoin is the big daddy. Depending on the overarching trend, right, we have cycles. Excuse me, bull cycles and bear cycles. Depending on the overarching trend, play the pattern that sits in line with the overarching trend because those are the high probability trades, right? For instance, if you see a bull pattern in a bull run, right? This right here was a nice, beautiful, big bull rally, right? A bullish pattern in a bull rally has a better chance of breaking to the upside instead of a bearish pattern in a bull rally. Okay, a bearish pattern in a bull rally will most likely fake you out like this right here and then go up, right? Now I employ a similar sort of set of rules when I'm playing bear dumps in this case. If we are in a bear market, I usually take the bearish patterns, right? I usually play the bearish patterns to the downside because those are the high probability trades. So that's how I get my edge. I always play the bearish patterns in bear markets and bullish patterns in bull markets because if you do the other way around, then you have a better chance of getting faked out. Hey, thanks, Paul. This is my first stream, and I'm actually getting a bit tipsy right now, thanks to Sean's shots and a very, very strong drink. But yeah, do you guys want to hear about the PMI? For those of you who have been following my PMI analysis, do you guys want to hear about the PMI? Because that is another bottoming signal that I've seen historically. I like backtesting a lot of charts. I like backtesting not just crypto, but even the traditional charts in terms of indices and stuff. If you guys want to hear about the PMI, let me know, and I can bring that up. Because I know that a lot of you guys are not into the traditional, and I wish that were different sometimes, you know, because the traditional is where that data is really given to you, whether or not we're about to see a bull rally or not. How many of you are into macro? Sean, can we have a poll? Can we have a poll? How many of you guys look at the macro picture? Strickton says, I still do not understand why so much focus on the Bitcoin chart and MAs when literally Dixie yields just broke out. I'm not sure if I'm even saying it. Strickton, I know you're on many of the of the live streams. The focus is mainly now, I'm not sure if you're around when Sean actually pulled up a historic record. Yes, he's gone back in history. He's plotted out some amazing things on the yields rallying, more importantly, okay? And he's plotted it against, I believe it was SPY, Sean, please correct me if I'm wrong, but he's plotted it against those charts. Every time rates have gone up, why is rates going up so bearish? For those of you wondering, why is rates going up so bearish? It's because that is the cost of money, right? That is essentially the cost of money. How much do you pay to borrow money from the bank? And if it's high, you don't want to be borrowing at that point, right? It's only when it's low, you're like, okay, you know what? Money seems free right now. I'm going to go borrow. I'm going to go do it at my house. I'm going to go invest here. I'm going to go and buy a car, whatever it is. But when you see things like that, right? When you see the rates going up, you're suddenly bearish. You're not inclined to borrow, and you're not inclined to invest in your house. You're not inclined to invest in the markets, and that's why those rates are very they're important, right? As far as the historic record is concerned that Sean pulled up, he actually plotted it out, and believe it or not, Strickton, a lot of times in the past, historically, when rates have climbed up, the markets have rallied. The only instance where markets actually sort of went sideways was when the Fed started tightening. This was, Sean, I believe back in 2017, 2018. Please correct me if I'm wrong. 2017, 2018, Jay Powell actually started tightening. And that's when the markets, I'm going to go on to SPY because I believe a good sort of thing was SPY. There we go. Okay. Yes. It was this region right here. This was a tightening phase in the market, right? But there have been instances where rates have been rallying, but the markets have rallied alongside rates. Yes. It's just the tightening that makes it a bit, it makes it a bit tricky. And the craziest part is no one's talking about the tightening. You know, everyone's talking about rates. No one's talking about tightening. Dixie Bearish Divergence says G new. Captain, hello from Canada. Hello, man. How's it going? How's home? What's the weather like there? Must be nice and warm. Barbecue season. Unless you're in Vancouver, then it's barbecue season all year. Pretty much. Young Buck says causation is key. Gotta look at the cause of things. Agree. Indeed. Yeah, Strickton, it is interesting. When Sean actually did that analysis and he backtested it, I was pretty surprised to see rates going up and the market's climbing as well. But you guys can go ahead and backtest it. Sean, I believe, is there a chart that you posted on the Grove to depict that? I know you have it on your trading view somewhere. Perhaps you can sort of take a screenshot and post it. That way these guys can take a look at it. By the way, guys, if you're not already in the Discord chat, go ahead and join the Discord chat. It is themangoway.com/discord. Okay, themangoway.com/discord. You'll see some amazing charts on there, some amazing friendly people. And if this is the time to be making friends. This is where you make friends. This is the time where you find people that are actually interested in trading these markets. All right, they're all here. Think about everyone who's actually managed to survive the bear market. You know, these are the friends that you want to make getting into the bull market. Hello from Worcestershire. How's it going? Am I saying that right? It's always like saying Worcestershire, Shosh. I can never say that right. Worcestershire. How do we get the mango ribbon for free? I know I had like a email thingamajig set up where you can just shoot me an email or you can just get on over to the Grove, themangoway.com/discord and shoot me a PM. I'm on the admin side. Like you literally see my name on the admin. It's Crash Talk. Shoot me your username on there. Get your username right. Worcestershire. Alex Osti, you're the man. Worcestershire. I'm actually looking at you. I'm going like into my screen, looking at your display picture to see if you're the man. Unless you're a woman, because Alex is a unisex name. But anyways, Worcestershire. Okay, I'm saying that right. Perfect. Now I get it right. So do I say it as Worcestershire sauce as well? Worcestershire sauce. Hit the likes, guys. What are y'all doing? Hit the likes. I've watched your stream about 1 hour now for the first time and I like good stuff. Hey, Mike, thank you. I am flattered, really. But tell me what you guys want to see here now. I want to know if you guys are interested in altcoins at this current juncture. Are you guys interested in traditional? Or are you guys interested in Bitcoin? What are you guys looking at? Pronounce Worcestershire. Julian, okay. Yeah, you guys are going to have to keep correcting my pronunciation, man, with all of these things. I used to get made fun of in high school in Canada because, my family immigrated there. And I pronounced a whole lot of things very, very differently. So people often like made me stop and repeat something only so that they could laugh. And I thought that was, I was also very, very amused. Young Buck, oh, I thought it was Worcestershire. Yeah, Young Buck, I'm in line with you there. It's Worcestershire now. Now we both know how to pronounce it. I'm from Toronto now, living in the UK. Oh, I have friends that actually moved to the UK right after university from Toronto, actually. I don't understand that move, Alex. I really don't. Like, what's the... I guess the thing with Toronto and UK, I feel like the UK is a bit more capitalist than Toronto. I like capitalism. Toronto is a little too socialist for me right now. Although I love Toronto as well. Met a girl, of course. Oh, of course, that's a good story. Always a good story. Always, yeah, good. Good for you, man. How do you predict bottom indicator? This is Gregor Oltian. I'm not gonna pronounce it right, but I'm gonna try. How do I predict the bottom? Nobody can predict the bottom, ever. Okay, anyone even claiming to predict the bottom, they're out of their freaking minds. Know that they don't know what they're talking about. You cannot predict the bottom. All you can really do is look at historic data, okay? Understand what the market fundamentals are telling you right now in terms of money flow. Right now, what's happening with the money globally is that there's a crunch on the money. Okay, when you spend too much and you don't have too much now, and there's a crunch in your pocket, you're not just gonna go like flimsily just spend on random things, right? Similarly with governments, they have a crunch going on right now. Rates have gone up in addition to their tightening. Tightening means that all the money that they printed back during COVID, they're taking some of that back. Okay, so that's what's happening right now. That's why there's a crunch. So that's why don't let anyone tell you where the bottom's at. All people can do is forecast where the bottom comes in at. As far as volatility and momentum is concerned, I'm saying that the next key level comes in at 18.7K. At what point do I expect 18.7K to come in? Well, let's get on over to the daily once again. Okay, this is the prevailing sort of zone of price action. Allow me to just fix my chart. Gonna get rid of this line for now. Okay, so this is the prevailing zone of price action, guys. 23.9K all the way down to 18.7K. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draw out the midpoint. Midpoint, guys, comes in at around $21,200. We start breaking that to the downside. I'm saying 18.7K next. What is the most bearish number I think Bitcoin can go down to? The most bearish number, guys, is $13.1. Yeah, that's not gonna be too nice. It's gonna be a bargain, of course. At what point does Bitcoin fail? Let's talk about that. When do you guys think Bitcoin as a whole project really fails? I want to know what your thoughts are. When does Bitcoin fail? Forget price action. At what point do you think, like globally, you're looking at all this entire history of Bitcoin, the story behind it, if you know the story behind it. Remember, Bitcoin was born during the 2008 financial crisis. This was created for a reason. Okay, at what point does Bitcoin fail? Sean, I want to see you chime in here. At what point does Bitcoin fail? Sean he's a student of history, financial history. He's read on many of the market crashes. He understands not just the Fed's mindset, but even the mindset of some of the most amazing leaders in the world right now. So, Sean, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Strickton says, so how do you approach your long-term accumulation DCA right now? Strickton, I've been talking about this now for some time. My long-term accumulation is based on this, okay? Now, this is a chart that I have showed you guys in the past. And this is why I say I made a mistake last bull market. I was last bear market, sorry, until I had to sort of come to terms with it. I'm like, okay, I was hell-bent on a number. And this was a mistake that I made pretty often. I'm like, oh no, I'm taking this trade, whether it was a short-term trade or an investment trade. I used to focus in on a number. I used to round in on this very exact number. I'm like, price is gonna come down here. I'm gonna get my bid and we're gonna fly. But oftentimes I missed that bit. Either I missed it or price did not come down there and I missed the whole run altogether because I did not get in. I was too hell-bent on that one number. And this is why I'm gonna implore you guys looking to accumulate to have a range, and a decent range at that too. Don't do like a 5% range. That's ridiculous. Okay? Look at the prevailing sort of momentum on the chart, the prevailing volatility on the chart, and come up with a range according to that. Now, we have given you guys a skeleton of sorts. Sean found something amazing. What he's essentially done for you guys, pull up the ribbon, okay? Put on your 200 exponential moving average. All right. If you want, you can pull up your 200 exponential. Okay. What he's essentially done for you guys, he's like, hey, you know what? I found a cool system. Now, this is just a template. You guys can come up with something of your own. Look back at historic price action, but this is a pretty cool template that we had. Weekly 200 exponential moving average on BLX. All right, he's essentially taking 20% to the upside from the 200 exponential moving average and 20% to the downside from the 200 exponential moving average. All right, and these are the boxes that we came up with on every bear market. Yes, it lined up. It actually lined up with every freaking bear market, okay? And if you manage to accumulate Bitcoin in that level, even if you got the highest point, take it from resistance, okay? $267 on the first sort of bear market, which was 2015. Actually, that was not the first. Yeah, first bear market, 2015. I mean, what was that rally that you caught to the top? That was $7,446, 46%. Okay. Now we had the 3K move right here, right? If you even took it from resistance, this was at $5,000. Let me tell you something. $5,000 was not a bargain back then. People were feeling pain buying at $5,000. They were feeling serious pain. I still remember price rallied 20% in people's freaking faces. And they're like, no, man, it's going to dump. It's going to dump. So even this range right here, I'm just going to zoom in just for you guys, okay? This range right here, people were shorting. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. People were freaking shorting. They were doing this on YouTube. Okay, you can go in and find freaking videos of this. People were freaking shorting the range. And they're like, no, this is bearish. We're coming back down. You know, we haven't taken back anything else. We're coming back down. We're going to come back for a much deeper dip. Nothing happened. Okay, this held, rallied. So even if you caught it at resistance to the 14K region, that was a good 130%. If you caught the entire bull market, okay, from here to 60K, that was 1,227%. So, and right now, as far as that red box territory is concerned, now remember, it's 20% to the upside from the 200 exponential moving average, 20% to the downside from the 200 exponential. This is the red box. Resistance, guys, comes in at around $32,200. Support, 21.6K. We're currently sitting at 21.6K, the lowest on the box. Yes. I'm currently accumulating in this zone. For those of you wondering, Krisha, are you accumulating here? I am accumulating in this zone. Make no mistake. I did it yesterday, last night, and today as well this morning. I am accumulating big time in this zone. So, but these are the templates that you can come up with. Now, this is a template that we have personally. It's worked out historically pretty freaking well. Of course, do we have more gunpowder? To deploy more capital if price comes down further? Yes, we do. Okay, but I'll be honest here, most of my, Sean and I, we trade different accounts. Most of my capital has already been deployed. I do have some left for altcoin buys. I'll say that too. Krisha's voice is clearer. Yes! See that, Sean? Cheers to that, Christian. Face for radio. Is ADA about to go on a run? Not yet, Jasper. We just looked at ADA. It's sitting on a bit of support. However, I'm saying wait a bit. Wait a bit more. Show us some lower time frames. This is boring. Okay, what lower time frames do you want to see? I mean, I already showed you Bitcoin's lower time frames. Sol. How many of you guys are looking at Sol? Let's actually go on over to the Mango dashboard. Cool. Filter out Sol from the list. Okay, 4 hour is long. Sol USDT, Sol BTC also long. Volatility, Sean, ticking up pretty big. Okay, Sol USDT, I believe, saw a sell-off. Down. How about the 12-hour time frame? Sol USDT short, Sol BTC, however, long. What does this mean? When Sol Bitcoin is long, it means that Solana is holding much better than Bitcoin. Essentially, Bitcoin is ticking down faster than Sol is. Okay, let's go on to the charts. So Sean actually posted a trade setup on Solana. A pretty good trade setup, as you can see here. So Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, of course. So there's a whole trading the wink strategy that he has as a part of the seed program. And he called it right here. This was the trading the wink sort of scenario where price actually came down to hit major support at $30.98. And let's go ahead and put on the Ichimoku cloud. And yes, the $30.98 lined up with the Tenkin, right? So we could potentially see a C-span trade all the way from the Tenkin to up to the Kijun at $34.48. So that is something to look at. Yeah, currently holding, Sean. Any reason we're going? What do you mean, William? What do you mean by is there any reason we're going in now? I genuinely think that we do have time in this region. I don't think this is akin to let's say COVID. What happened in COVID was unexpected, and the Fed stepped in there. The Fed, there is no liquidity coming in right now. And in fact, liquidity is being taken away from the market. I think we have time in this region. As soon as we actually see these bottoming signals, and for bottoming signals, I'm going to be looking for a rounded bottom of sorts. I'll be looking for that to give me the next tip in that, okay, you know what, perhaps price is going to start moving from here. No V-shaped recovery. Exactly, Christian. What are your thoughts on Solana, guys? So let's go on over to the weekly time frame. I want to see what Sol is doing here. I'm going to knock off all my horizontals. Wow, I'm like freaking tipsy as shit. This drink is very strong. Wow. Thoughts, guys? Solana literally came all the way down to macro support on the weekly time frame. Bounced right off of it. Where does this go? Is the music still playing? Can someone confirm, please? Yandakal, do you have an interest in privacy coins? XMR, ZEC, others. There was one that was trading the last bull market, not this one that just went by. What was that called? Sean, I think you would know. XZC? I don't know. It was called Zcoin back in the day. But no, I don't really focus on, oh, it's a privacy coin, so I'm going to trade it. No. I usually look at the chart first, and then I determine, based on the chart, do I determine whether or not I jump into it. So off late, as far as the fundamentals are concerned, there are very few charts that I'm looking at right now. Sol is one of them. Sol is one of them. I'm looking at near to. Not in any right now. I'm not sure about Sean, but me personally, we trade different accounts, like I'd mentioned. I am not in any of the altcoins just yet. Strickton says, I can't bring myself to start buying. I think SPY has a further downside to go. I could be wrong, of course. I think there is still some a bit more downside to go. Solana right now, guys, is currently sitting on support. Current range $48.26 on the higher time frames. Notice how we got rejected on the midpoint right here. I'm gonna go ahead and smack a line segment on there. There we go. Follows it actually pretty freaking well. Right, so we start breaking the midpoint that comes in at $35. That's when I'll be expecting the next rally to $48. I was just thinking about this whole rate hike thing, right? I was listening to Stan Druckenmiller. How many of you guys know Stan Druckenmiller? He was the guy who essentially executed, he used to trade with Soros. And he was the one who executed that big billion-dollar trade on the pound. So anyways, I was listening to him, and the thing about QE is that QE has hit, and like think about what's happened to the markets, right? I mean, it's capitulation all around, like it's freaking blood. Everywhere you look, there's blood. There is literally no escape. Usually people often escape into bonds during bear markets, but even the bonds are crashing right now, right? And you know that because just by looking at the chart, the yields. When yields go up, guys, understand that the price of bonds is going down. There's an inverse correlation there. Okay, so bonds is no longer a safe haven during bear markets. Equities look like garbage. Corporate bonds look like garbage. So it's like there's no escape, right? And the thing is that given the current market conditions, how many companies have you guys seen going bankrupt? Literally none. QE has essentially hidden all of the shit that should have been exposed. For example, like what's happening with 3 Arrows Capital right now, that is being exposed. Why? Right? There's no QE to come and bail them out. Right? So we're seeing this stimulus really bail out a whole bunch of people, and even during COVID, when there was helicopter cash being printed and distributed to families, people were essentially taking that and paying off loans. If you go ahead and look at the data, they were taking that money and paying off credit cards, paying off their debt. So you're seeing that a lot of people are still sort of technically afloat here, right? So, and that's why I think that this could go down based on, you know, market conditions and based on sentiment right now. At least this is my observation. Of course, I could be wrong. Based on my observation, I think things could go down lower before pain is really felt. Tell me, are you guys seeing pain around you? When you look at your colleagues, when you look at your friends, when you look at other family members around you, are you seeing pain? I'm seeing my friends travel. Even during these market conditions, everyone's just partying it up. Cash is king, baby, Jvur. Right now, yes, I agree with you, Jvur. Cash is king. For now. It's not going to be king for too long. The system is technically designed to just, to get eroded right now. It's just paper is paper here. Dixie to 120, let's see. Johan McDonald, I'm in pain. Okay, fair enough. Johan? Same. What do you think about Odious? What is that? Alpha USDT sitting on support. I want another poll. How many of you guys are still in altcoins? Sean, can we get a poll? Krisha, almost 2 hours now. Oh, really? The drink is making me lose track of time. USD did lose 98% of its value since inception. Exactly. Everybody's rigid seems but me. Yeah. Cobra Ling says not seeing as much pain as I'd expect for sure. Yeah. And that's why I feel like a lot of that free cash that was distributed actually went into paying off debt, paying off loans. And so, and that's not only true for retailers, it's also true for businesses, right? Given the current market dynamic, and now it's never been this bad since, like, I believe, Sean, I believe it was 2001, right? Think about it. Just think about that. Are there any bankruptcies with the current market conditions? I mean, bonds are rallying. You need to understand, the yields are rallying. You need to understand that bonds are used as collateral. Yes, they're used as collateral. So collateral is diminishing, not only with by holding bonds, but even equities. So equities is going down, bonds is going down. There are no bankruptcies. Everyone's feeling, people are going on vacations, right? So where's the pain right now? I'm not seeing the pain right now. The only thing people should be charting is Dixie. Like, see, people are talking about Dixie. They're talking about yields, but historically, they've both gone up while equities have been rallying. No one is talking about tightening. Why is no one talking about tightening? It's the easing that got the markets to rally in the first freaking place, right? Now we're seeing the opposite of that. They're actually taking out liquidity from the market. No one's talking about that. Much pain via rate hikes. people are going to start, I think that the rate hikes is going to hit real estate more than anything else. People in Canada right now are probably going to end up getting screwed. Like, the Canadian housing market went on a freaking boom. Like, the suburbs, guys, were going for $1 million. And those suburbs, by the way, are dead. Like, they're freaking dead. Even if you want to do something, there's nothing to do. They don't even have the right infrastructure to warrant $1 million homes. But they went up to $1 million, and a lot of people bought the top on those $1 million homes, and they've gotten, well, they're now stuck in those contracts. Anyone who's stuck with variable rates, they have rates going up on them right now. So the question is, can they even, can they service those loans? I think that's going to be the breaking point. As soon as retailers are no longer able to service their loans, that's going to be the time where the Fed is going to have to step in. Housing in GTA is insanity. Exactly, Alex. It is insanity. It's nuts. And I feel like it's gone down, but not as much as it should have. The Chinese bought a lot of real estate in Canada too. Yeah, because there's no capital regulations there. Like, they can actually come in and just buy real estate. We don't know if it's the Chinese or whatever, but ultimately it boils down to the government, right? It's a socialist state in Canada, so they're not going to bar foreign investment from coming in to prop up their housing. And that's a lot of the collateral. That's a lot of the Canadian collateral right now. A lot of the Canadian collateral is sitting in freaking housing. 19,177 is the weekly. Yeah, a lot of levels underneath us. But like I said, if you're looking to invest here, have a plan. All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping up soon. So tell me any more questions, anything else you want me to look at. Bitcoin on the lower time frames looks bearish until we reclaim the 10 simple moving average. Should we reclaim the 10 simple moving average? Remember what we're looking at here. It is the head and shoulders pattern. Okay, it's a bullish head and shoulders pattern that we're looking at. This is it right here. As far as the neckline is concerned, this right here is the neckline. Why is this important? Why am I sort of intrigued by this pattern? Is that because it actually plays out. You need to understand what we're building up to here. We're building up to the weekly close. The weekly would then close over the 200 simple moving average. Okay, why is the 200 simple moving average important? Because if you look at it historically, guys, the weekly 200 simple, just gonna put off all my lines. On a historic standpoint, the weekly 200 simple has always been met with support on every bear market. Okay, I want to see if the signature holds. The signature could hold, right? People often say that, okay, this time is different. Sure, this time could be different, but this is historic sort of signatures that we see on the chart, and I usually look at this as really decent levels to be accumulating on. I personally am accumulating on this, full disclosure. So just, yeah, putting that out there. So that head and shoulders on the 4-hour time frame really playing out, leading up to the weekly close, will make sure that this candle right here closes over the 200 simple moving average. S&P 500 opening. Let's see. And S&P gapped, eh? I think S&P actually has a bit more downside to go. I'm looking at 342 for S&P. One day we will go up. I am confident. Next time you should... That's too much work, young buck. At least Vancouver has mountains. Exactly, right? But maybe not today. Okay. I got the cutoff signal from Sean. Alright, guys. I'm going to be wrapping up right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My god. Like, you can see that I'm like slurring right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, smash the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. And that way you can keep up with the latest manga juice. And well, we will see you. Hopefully we will see you in the next live stream. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. And with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, and trade the easy way.